Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to give you a update real quick about AudioTools, kind of what I'm working on, what I just released. I'm just going to jump right into it. First thing, when you first open up AudioTools, it opens to the center of your window instead of some random place on the screen. So that was a decent little quality of life update. Also, when you open it up, it's going to give you the current version number of that application, so it's pretty easy to tell what version you're on. Next, when you open it up, it's going to give you some basic information about your audio system, so your current default playback device, recording device, number of plugins you have installed, number of new plugins. Well, installed would be number of plugins you have installed through Yawbridge, number of new plugins you have, your current sample rate, and your current buffer size. The way you change things is still the same, so this doesn't affect any of this up here. The only thing that's really different is when you go into the new version, you're going to have this new button here that says prune. And when you run it, it looks exactly like sync. The only difference is when you run the prune command, and it's just an argument of the sync command, which is why it looks that way, it's going to look for any VST files that you've removed from your system and then remove them from Yawbridge. So say you install a VST plugin, you get Yawbridge to sync it up, you try it out, you don't like it, or whatever happens, and then you delete the VST plugin. You also have to remove it from the Yawbridge library, and that's what the prune command does. So I went ahead and included that button there so you can try out a bunch of plugins and you don't wind up with some crazy list of plugins that you just don't have a use for anymore. Alright, and that's pretty much it for the plugin itself. There's nothing too crazy. There is now a link down here to the wiki, and if you head to the wiki page, you'll see that I've been doing a little bit of work. This is going to be my tracker for version 1.0. Any ideas that I have that I know for a fact that I want to include on the 1.0 version of AudioTools, I'm going to put in here. But that's not to say that every idea I have is going to make it. And in fact, one of the ideas I kind of want to get your all feedback on. So one of the main things for 1.0 is going to be an Avalonia UI update. And Avalonia UI is just a way of creating a very clean, slick, modern looking UI for C# plugins. And it looks really good and it functions really well. And the problem is that I know it's not everybody's thing, and in fact, I don't even know if it's my thing. I just feel like I need to give it a modern UI, and I think it would be fun to. But I don't think that this appeals to everybody. I think there is a portion of people who would actually prefer for it to stay simple and basic like this, and I think I might be one of those people. So what I want to get your feedback on is, should I plan to do a modern UI and a classic quote-unquote version of AudioTools, where the classic will be a simple stripped down UI like this and the modern version have the full UI experience? Like, would that sort of option be appealing, or am I just grossly overthinking this? I am my own worst critic. I never know if I have a good idea or not, so getting your feedback on this is going to be extremely helpful for me. But yeah, ideas like this are going to be posted on the roadmap, and as I go through and work on these ideas, I'll be updating them and you'll be able to see that. Pretty much it for this page. The only other thing I want to do is talk about the plugin compatibility page. If you check this out, it kind of explains itself. As I test out plugins and I get them working in Yawbridge and on Ubuntu based systems, I'm going to be notating them here, and any sort of issues that I have with them, I'll be making note of. There's one thing in here that I think might need a little bit of explanation, and it's this mention of no UI mode. And I kind of explained this in my last video a little bit, but I didn't really call it that. But inside of Reaper, if you open up a plugin, and let's just open up Neural Amp Modeler, and let's say for whatever reason the GUI is just not working for some reason, there's a UI button right here, and if you click it, it lets you bypass the built-in user interface and you get the Reaper default user interface, and anything you do here is going to reflect on the plugin itself. So it's fully featured, it's fully operational. You can do stuff from here, no problem. But a lot of the issues that I run into in YawBridge are related to UI. So sometimes I will recommend using no UI mode, and that usually circumvents any problems that you might have. But yeah, I think that's really about it. If you go to the GitHub now, there is a new version of AudioTools, and the source code is fully updated. By the way, if you want to build this plugin yourself, like you want to download it and you want to build it on your own computer, download the zip file, which is code download zip. Go into it. Look for the file that says run this to build. Set your permission to allow as executing file as a program. And as long as you have a 8 or 9.0 version of .NET installed, you can run that and it will just build it for you. You don't have to do any sort of crazy like configure, make commands to get it to work. It'll just work. Once that's done, drill down to bin, release, blah, 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 publish. And inside of publish, there's your file. And that's all it takes. I've tried to make this as simple as possible, and I think I've achieved that. So once you get your published file, you don't need any of these other plugins. Like I can cut this, go back here, and then delete these other 2 folders that were made from the build process, and it'll still work. It's completely self-contained. So yeah, go ahead and give the new version a shot. Let me know if you have any issues with it, and if there's anything else you want to make a comment about, talk about, mention, feedback, whatever. Drop me a comment and let me know. See ya.